Kira, in the news today, a 30-year-old man has been swept 500 metres to his death after triggering an avalanche near the Remarkable ski field. The avalanche happened at around 8:30 this morning. The man's climbing companion survived the incident. Both of them were considered to be experienced climbers. Meanwhile, a Canadian climber has been rescued from the side of a ravine near Arthur's Pass. The solo female climber became stuck on edge of the Goldney Glacier on the eastern side of Mount Rolleston. A personal locator beacon was activated just after midday today. Search and Rescue Mission Coordinator Greg Johnston says a helicopter was used to winch the woman to safety. A bus driver who crashed a bus near Wellington this morning has been breath tested and blew over the limit. A police spokesperson says the driver of the bus will face charges after the bus he was driving went off the road in Upper Hutt just before midday. Only the bus driver and one passenger were on board at the time. Neither of them were injured. The Ministry for Primary Industries has begun a compliance investigation into the Fonterra contamination scare. It'll look into whether there were any breaches under the Food Act or Animal Products Act. Acting Director General Scott Gallagher says they have a number of questions about the issue, including when relevant parties were informed and when they should have been informed. Meanwhile, Fonterra has established its inquiry committee to oversee the investigation into the milk contamination scare. Chairman John Wilson says it's been charged with overseeing the independent review into the circumstances that led to the affected whey protein and the subsequent chain of events. The six-member committee will be chaired by the independent director Sir Ralph Norris, who's a former head of Australia's Commonwealth Bank, also ASB and Air New Zealand. A mother whose teenager has been pushed to the brink on the social media website Ask.fm believes that communities up and down New Zealand need to be made more aware about the dangers of cyberbullying. Ask.fm allows users to anonymously post messages to other members of the site. Its use has been linked to a number of teenage suicides around the world. The parents of one Southland girl say their daughter has been told to kill herself and has been labelled as sexually promiscuous. Her mother says action needs to be taken now to stop kids from taking their own lives. There's a small risk of tornadoes for Western New Zealand tomorrow as a fast-moving cold front races over the country. Weather Watch says the front could pack a brief punch, posing a risk of thunderstorms, squalls and even isolated tornadoes. Head weather analyst Philip Duncan says there'll be warm winds to start with, then a period of heavy rain or showers, followed by gusty winds and a change to cooler west to southwesterly winds. Overseas, and Israel is being accused of trying to scupper the Middle East peace process with its plans to build more than 1,000 extra settlement homes in the West Bank. The last talks in 2010 broke down on the issue of settlement building. Housing Minister Uri Ariel has invited bids for 793 units in annexed East Jerusalem and 394 elsewhere in the West Bank, just 3 days ahead of the next round of talks in Washington. Back home, a young Wellington filmmaker has taken out 2 top awards in an international film festival in Japan. Natasha Bishop's film Arboraceous has won Best Newcomer and Best Animation at the Japan Wildlife Film Festival in Tokyo. The 17-year-old is the youngest ever filmmaker to be nominated for the awards, with the BBC and other international broadcasting companies among those showing their work. Well, that's all from us. Don't forget you can catch the latest news every hour at the top of the hour on our radio networks, Rima and Southern Star. But for now, from your news team, ka kite anō. Bye for now.